This is activity page 1.3. It's the character chart for Don Quixote. The first box asks you to do a physical description of Don Quixote. So in this one, you're going to read the text and then provide a physical description. You'll add more information to these charts as we read through the story, and we'll end up creating similar charts for other characters as we read through as well. So think about the physical description. Well, I might say that he's about 50 years old. He's tall and thin, has a small beard, and we know that he's dressed in old armor that must be tied together. And then the next boxes ask you to find another character trait and give evidence from the text that support the character traits. So if you have not completed 1.3, please stop here and fill in the physical description and then character traits. And when you turn the page, you will have more room to add character traits for Don Quixote. Make sure you're focusing on that character. Okay, so I have a few here that were provided for us. So again, they gave us that physical description. They told us that he's eccentric. So if I look at pages 1 and 2, and that'll be in the reader that you're going to access through Clever, it tells us he only reads books about fantastic adventures of knights. He used to practice jousting alone in his bedroom, and he sold his farmland to buy more books about knights. Page 3 tells us he thinks anyone can make him a knight. So eccentric kind of means that he's unique. He's not ordinary. So if you put something like that, then you're right on task. So let's look at more character traits for Don Quixote. Also from pages 1, 2, and 3. One character trait would be that he's idealistic. Pages 1 and 2 tell us he believes he can go out into the world to right all that is wrong or evil. He has a positive interpretation of his horse's name, while others have a negative interpretation. He's not upset about wearing old armor that has to be tied together. And he believes Dulcinea is his lady, even though he met her only once before. Also, on page 3, it says he sees a simple inn and thinks it's a castle. He believes a dinner of badly cooked codfish and stale bread is a banquet. And if we move on to pages 17, 21, and 22, it says he wants to help the princess. He is not disturbed by being put in a cage. He believes that they will be able to find Dulcinea and her palace. He remains convinced that the ordinary farm girl they see is the beautiful Dulcinea. And if you move on to pages 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36, you will see he thinks Donna is being harmed, so he tries to save her. He thinks he is invited to the palace to serve the Duke and Duchess. Also, they invite him to simply make fun of him. So they told us idealistic, but we might also put in there that he's positive, he's optimistic, he always looks on the bright side. He's not seeing the negative in life. Another character trait that they put was curious. On page 1, it says he likes to read about knights and their adventures. So he's curious about them. He wants to know more. He wants to improve his knowledge on something that he's interested in. Let's move on. Also, he is brave. If you look at page 1, he wants to right all that is wrong in the world and punish evil, even if it means he will encounter dangerous monsters or giants. That's certainly brave. Pages 7 and 8, he confronts the farmer who is pushing the young boy. He confronts the group of merchants and their servants. He doesn't even think about it. He just goes for it and he confronts them. On pages 24, 25, 26, 27 through 30, Don Quixote fights the Knight of the Wood. He is willing to fight hungry lions. And then if you go on to page 37 and 38, he willingly goes on the adventure of the wooden horse. All of these things, all of these certainly show that he is brave. And he's also honorable. On pages 6 and 7, he tries to make the farmer do the right thing and pay the young boy the money that is owed. He wants to make sure that he is doing what is good and doing what is expected, and maybe even going above and beyond. And then they gave you a few more that you could put with this character trait, honorable. And then a few more spaces, because there are certainly other character traits that you can find. And if you found other ones and added them to the box, just put the character trait in the box and make sure you do the arrows that point to which pages. Because as we saw before, some of them might only have one text evidence area, but some of them have multiple. And this is the character traits chart of Don Quixote.